Hello Rifters, this is Kiwi and we are over in Deepwood, aren't we? We're having a really special treat. We're catching up with Castasia, the winner of the Joy of Dimensions competition, and I'm really excited to have a look at what she's been up to, what she's been doing, and getting to know her and getting to show you her amazing abilities. Hi Castasia.
Hello.
We are at her original swing and we're going to run through her house and have a look at things. She has tweaked things since the beginning of the competition, but this is one of the original pieces for her and it is really pretty. So we're going to run through the house and have a look around. So if you'd like to show us around and tell us, like what was the inspiration when you started doing this dimension?
Oh, okay. Well, everybody always comes in the back door, so we might as well just come in the back door. Um, I started. Then you come in here, and it's obviously the kitchen. When I started the kitchen, it was actually back in Storm Legion Beta. I had seen the tables, and I'd flipped it sideways, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And so I pulled them out slightly and I started fiddling with them to build cabinets. And then I hurried and took it down because I didn't want anybody to see it until after um, it went live. And so I started building the cabinets in my original dimension, which was a Christmas dimension. Um, and I loved them. For the competition, I had stuff in them. I had took it out because I didn't know that I'd won, and I just started redoing stuff in here and pulling little details out to add the wedding stuff. Um, and I just everything I have a habit of picking things up and turning them and making them big and making them small and seeing what they turn into.
I can see a lot of things. I know when people that make dimensions see this video, they're going to be like sitting here going, and wondering what you've done with a lot of things. And I'm going to keep a lot of stuff secret. We've had a little chat so far about some things, but it's nice to try and figure out some stuff. What I love already is the amount of detail. I can tell why you won, because the amount of detail you use is really nice. Was the title that you got Dimension Architect? Is that right?
Yeah, I like the designer one more. 'Cause I don't know. I just like wearing that one more. But because I PvP a lot, I kind of take my titles off because it just gives them a bigger target. So,
This is one of the things that blew me away. This little table, I asked Castasia how she built it, and it is Guardian banners upside down, a couple of them, and I would never ever have thought of that. The little details on the pillows there in the background, where a lot of people that have followed Castasia's work know she's a strawberry fiend, so she does some extraordinary things with them. I've seen posts of yours on Rift Dimensions, no, Better Homes and Dimensions, with Radish over there. I saw your bench that you made for Valentine's. That was very sweet.
yeah, I love Radish's blog. I don't know, it was the first blog I'd ever looked at. I'd never thought about blogs before, and when I clicked on it, and I was like, is that my boat? so, so I just started going through all the blogs. It was really weird.
Keeps everything personal. She is a great person. I like catching up with Radish also. She puts a lot of time and love into that blog. It's obvious.
And then this is my dining room. I fished up one of the tables with the plates on it, and I thought, oh, I love that there's plates on it, but oh, this table is so old and yeah, I don't know. So when the wedding stuff came out, I put two of the older tables together and then put the wedding table over the top of it, so it looks like they have, a tablecloth.
And once again, that's an idea that a lot of people wouldn't think of, blending two tables, well, a table and a reception together, and I would never have thought of that. There's going to be a lot of, kind of stuff going on seeing this video. So would you like to go upstairs
Yeah.
or the bathroom?
We'll go in the bathroom because it's down here. I originally had flowers for the doors, but then I saw the Storm Legion banners and I thought, oh, they work better. So,
This bathroom is extraordinary.
yeah, I like to tip things upside down a lot, just because I'm always looking for rugs. I'm always looking for something to put on the floor. And when I tipped these upside down, I went, oh, it's a bathroom piece. So I just put them together, and then with the pillars, when they're upside down, you can actually sink through the bottom. Well, the table that it's sitting on, I didn't know until the actual live stream, but you sink through the bottom of it too. So when you get in the tub and you sit down, it actually looks like you're in water.
Oh wow. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so you sit in it and it looks like you're in little bubbles and you're just in the tub.
I'm probably usually a little bit more chattier, but I'm mesmerized. It's my favorite word for the month, I think. I'm going to say that a lot. Mesmerized. What did you like most about building your dimension?
You know, it's the things that I discover. I like discovering that this can be made into that, or that can be made into this, and adding the little details here and there that makes it just really cute, you know, because I like, you know, a lot of the Rift items are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. And then when you can add little pieces to them, it's just great. And I love seeing other people's things. When you go in and see what they've built, and then you go back and you try to build it, and if you can't, then you can't. But, you know, it's really great when you can do other things with things other people have done.
And what did you like least?
And then trying to get things lined up. I absolutely hate trying to get straight lines. It's awful.
Castasia doesn't use Dimension Toolbox a lot. She uses it to save things, and she's used it for one bench, which we'll take a look at shortly. And that's what I find is super extraordinary. Because if you see the roof, the doors that I'm showing you, and all of that sort of thing, they line up so amazing. And each has its own personal design too. So like these doors have a detail that a lot of people don't take the time to do, which she has. But if this bedroom is probably what I love the most, because I love the bed. It's the bed that I find extraordinary.
Yeah, I don't know, I saw the burlap couches that people had made, and it was the only pillowy, fluffy thing that we really have. And I just started fiddling around with it and seeing what I could do with different things. And, you know, obviously the devs make beautiful beds. I mean, they do. And all of their stuff is just absolutely gorgeous. And I wanted to make my own and see what I could do with pillows, and then I just kept going, and there it was. And then my porch, which is kind of lonely and sad. It was an actual deck that I had built, but item count, you know, so I turned it into the pirate steps.
They are handy, those pirate steps. And what this part is one of your Dimension that you won with the Joy of Dimensions competition that was held in February, isn't it?
Yes, this is one of the fair cages. It's actually the only thing I really wanted out of the whole competition. I wanted it so bad the second I saw it. I didn't care about anything else. This is what I wanted. And this is actually two of them put together. They have an open back because, you know, it's a cage, so when they're open, the blossoms are open, it opens up the cage. So I put two of them back to back because I like the open ones the most, so that it kind of closes it in.
So pretty. I love the blossoms that's on top of it. And as we're looking around and running through this dimension, we're going to be in for another treat. Castasia is going to show us some of her items that she's won, which I'm really looking forward to seeing too. I've seen the pond. It cracked me up how big it is, but I'm looking forward to that. Do you have any tips for anybody building dimensions, or when you start off, when they have a idea and they want to do something with as much detail? Do you have any tips for people that want to try and use more detail?
Yeah, don't get discouraged, because I started off making a box. That's it. And I couldn't do much of anything else except make a box and move this item here or move that item there. And it slowly comes to you. You know, the more you mess with things, the more and more details you learn, and you learn how to use and manipulate. And one day it starts to really come together. Just take it a little bit at a time.
Nice. And this is the bench that we've seen in a couple of things. I saw you on live stream. Put the bench out as well. And how many pieces is this bench, do you know?
This current bench is about 126 pieces. The one that I made for the actual contest, I had done it all freehand, and it was probably 180 pieces, but I redid it to drop the item count down. It lost a lot of its details, like the real details that would actually hold a bench together, that you don't really need when something just kind of floats on its own. So.
Right, and the only thing, like, using Dimension Toolbox, this is the main thing that Castacia has used it for. She saved it. She uses a Dimension Toolbox to save a lot of her stuff, but this is the only thing she's actually used it for, to bring that item count down, because we all know how much we need to tweak our item counts before we complete a project.
Yeah, I made an octagon and then saved it to start off. Then I made the back and saved it, and then I made the butt and saved it, and then the little corner edges and saved them. And then I put them all together, and then saved each section and turned it as I rebuilt it. And so I'm not able to, I had a fever a few years ago which caused some brain damage, so I'm not able to use the number parts, which would be really amazing if I could. I would love to be able to use it, but numbers now come out and look like hieroglyphics a lot of times if I try to concentrate on them, so I can't use the really good parts of Toolbox. I would love to, but I can't.
Brain enhancement, because you've done so many extraordinary things. Sometimes some things can come as a gift. I hope that nobody goes through anything, of course, of pain or suffering. But I look around and I think, wow, that's not brain damage, that's brain awesome. So you've done extraordinary. The amount of detail, I'm not going to be able to capture it all. You guys need to come over to this boggling, it's called boggling, what's this dimension called?
It's the Boggling Boggle, and it's Sweethearts.
So it's the Boggling Boggle, it's called Sweethearts, and it's on Deepwood, if you can come and have a look. She's used one section of Boggle, and it's 1,000 capacity. So one section of it, the amount of detail she could get into to use that is great. I love the fish tank, I love how you've added all the wedding stuff, I've loved how you've utilized everything, but I could just spend hours and hours here looking at all the detail. It's extraordinary, you've done so well.
Yeah, I had windows that I had built myself, but, you know, they were 50 item count each too. I almost took out my doors, but I decided I didn't want to.
And what have you been up to as you show us your prizes that you're about to get, which is a super great treat? What have you been up to since the Joy of Dimensions? How was it for you to win it?
It was strange. I didn't expect to. You know, obviously my guild helped vote for me. It wasn't until the end that my real family and friends started voting. But I, so I didn't make it up to the top, which, you know, I was actually ecstatic, and I made it to the top 10, that people liked my stuff. And then when Elrar showed up, I was like, what? He's like, you need to be here. I'm like, what do you mean? And then I was like, do I get the fake cages? And he's like, yeah, you also get a computer. I'm like, I don't care. I want the cages.
I remember him saying.
But, and then this is the trophy, the static generator, the Imperium static generator. It's really noisy. so I didn't want to put it in here.
I love the blue on it. I love the little details on it too. You could go nuts with that and something. I don't play with game sounds, so I wouldn't be able to hear it anyways.
Oh yeah, and it's like, oh, it's really loud. I have a dimension that I'm going to be building on my Defiant for it. It's going to be more of the mechanical stuff. It's very slow going, because I keep coming in here and moving this board or that board. Then, let's see, this is the Blooming Fair cage. You can see that this side is open. You can actually walk in it.
Perfect for a midget. Perfect.
Let me pull out another flower so I can show you what it looks like next to the one that's not a blooming, the closed one. And this is the budding fair cage.
It's pretty. I love the wall of it. So one's open and one's closed. I see that now.
Yeah. And then the Scarwood Stump, it looks kind of like the other Scarwood Stump, except it's bigger. So it's almost identical to the one that you'd purchase. At least I think it's bigger. I haven't actually purchased one recently, so. And then this is big. Sorry, I'll shrink it so you don't get stuck in it. It's the oh darn it, the Ropey Vervain tree.
Whoa, that's huge.
It gets bigger, so I'm trying to shrink it for you. There, no, it's stuck in the cherry tree. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's cracking me up. And you have 3 of these dimensions, don't you? So that's a lot of artifacts right there.
So that's yeah, I have 3 boggling boggles. I spend a lot of time fishing, probably about 2 hours a day. I was really sad when we lost our cash from it, but it's okay, I understand why. And this is the curved bench.
Wait, we've lost what from it?
The cash, because you used to get, out of the treasures, you would get a lot of plat, and they removed that to help stop the fish bots, and we got these, which, you know, I kind of like the dimension items more than the cash, but...
Right, I see what you mean. I thought for a second we'd lost them there again, but I see what you mean, because one of the things doing dimensions and stuff is trying to supplement being able to do them as well, so it takes a lot of time and balance, and my plat since doing dimensions has dwindled amazingly.
Yeah. And then the pond. I apologize, you're going to get lost in it for a minute.
For the ponds, because this is amazing.
And as you can see, it's stuck in the mountain because it is huge and it gets way bigger. It is almost as big as the Boggling Boggle Lake itself. I'll shrink it down so you can actually see it.
Make it big, make it big.
Make it really big, okay.
Wow, that's...
And half of it... Yeah, half of it's stuck in the mountain, so...
I really like the color of it, too. So that's something to look forward to, because I know a lot of these competition items, they're future possibilities, right, for everybody to attain, sooner or later.
Yeah, the only problem with it is when you make it really big, you don't swim in it. You just kind of walk in it, but I think that might be an issue, because you know, when you make it smaller, you can't swim in it because you know it's very tiny and shallow. So you know, it's okay. It's beautiful, and you can put it wherever. And I have some plans for it in the future.
You sound like you have a ton of plans, and it's still perfect for a midget. Everything is midget size, just so you know. But it sounds like you have a lot of plans in the future for Dimensions and a lot of projects going on.
I do. The hardest part right now is I'm waiting for Moonshade. I want to see what I can do in there, what the item count is. I'm moving this whole entire dimension to an alt so that I can have the Moonshade dimension as my main dimension.
And it is really nice that that's going to be the dimension. I saw that on the live stream. Live streams have been great for Dimensions, and I saw that when they went down to Moonshade and had a look at it. I'm glad that that's the area. Did you have a say in that, or was that somebody else?
That was Cumberland, and she knew that every girl in Rift was hoping for Moonshade. It's so beautiful and so great. And when they let her choose, we have our own chat channel here on Deepwood for all of our Dimensioners. And we were just all so ecstatic when she got the news that it was going to be the pools. She had chose several ideas in Moonshade, and the pools are some of our favorites.
Oh, well, let's see if I can ninja my way into that channel. But it has been absolutely amazing meeting you, and it's been great seeing your work up close and personal. I know why you won. Your detail, your passion for Dimensions is everywhere, not only in your personality but in everything you create. So thank you for taking the time to do it. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you for having me. I
It's a lot of
enjoyed
fun
it.
doing these and meeting people. But this is Kiwi, and I'm with Castaza over on Deepwood. We're in her dimension called Sweethearts. Please come and take a look, and have a look out for her future projects. I can't wait to see what you do with Moonshade, and I can't wait for anything else you do. Your Defiant one sounds fascinating too. And thank you once again for taking the time and spending it with us.